It was 2017. Malak Btee was just 10 years old. She didn't speak a word of English, and suddenly she's sitting in an English speaking classroom here in Windsor. Well, how did she get here? Malak fled from Iraq, spent years in Lebanon, lived briefly in Toronto before arriving in Windsor that April. By September, she was in school. Fast forward to today, she's 18, just graduated high school, is about to begin nursing at the University of Windsor. She'll be the first in her family to go to post-secondary. And as you're about to hear, she's now fluent in English. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, well, let's go back to the beginning. What was life like for you in Iraq before your family left?
So I was 7 when I was in Iraq when we left, so I don't quite remember everything. But from what I remember, I had friends, hung out outside, went to families' houses. School was fun. Girls were divided from guys, so there was a school for girls, a school for guys. And yeah, pretty much it.
Did you understand at the time why your family decided to leave?
Yes. So back in 2014, when we left, ISIS has just entered Iraq. So we fled right before borders shut down. It was really dangerous. War was starting to happen. So, yeah.
Do you remember that? It sounds like your memories are a bit more sheltered, maybe.
Yeah, so we didn't quite go through the whole people breaking into our houses or anything like that because we fled just in time. But we were hearing things that were going bad and stuff. So,
What do you remember about your time in Lebanon? How long were you there?
I was there for about, I would say, 2 years and like 8 months. We lived in an apartment with my grandma and uncle. As long as with my family, and we did go to school, but it wasn't all of that. It was more just to pass time. We went out, went on trips. It was fun.
Explain what happens there, because when you and I were talking, I didn't understand your future is really tied to having that cell phone on you.
Yeah. Okay. So when you go to immigrate, you apply to come to the country. You would have a cell phone at home, which is mainly only for, we call it the UN, to call you and ask, oh, come in, let's do an appointment, interview, see how things go, and we'll see if you can leave. That phone has to be monitored by you like almost 24 hours because you don't know when they'll call, and it is the least time you'll ever imagine. So
Yeah, and you mentioned if you miss that phone call, your paper basically goes to the bottom of the pile.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so fast forward, you came to Toronto, you stayed there for a little bit with family, then you landed in Windsor. I want you to tell us what it was like when you walked into your elementary school for the first time here in Windsor. What do you remember about that first couple of days in the classroom, knowing that you didn't speak any English?
I walked in, it was almost like you're a stranger. You don't know anything, you don't know anyone, you don't know the language, you don't know your way around. You want to communicate with the people, but all you're getting is looks. So you're trying to basically hand signal what you want, and for the next couple of days after that, people were trying to help you out, trying to understand, and they got right into teaching you, got you right into an ESL program there, and yeah, everyone was nice, everything was good.
How long did it take for you to become fluent in English?
I would say about a year and a half.
Is this
Yeah.
your first language you've had to tackle?
Yeah,
Didn't you have other languages that you know?
I know Arabic and Chaldean.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you doing with everything now, being in Windsor and the culture and everything?
I like it. I can't move anywhere else. We go on vacation, but it's just different. I got used to here. I got my friends, my people, work, school. I can't. It's fun here.
Talk about the support system you had at school, especially now in secondary school with the On Track to Success program.
Yes. So, I On Track to Success took me right out of grade 8. They've been with me since grade 9 to up to grade 12. They helped with tutoring almost every day, helped me mentally if I needed anything. Also, they were a big financial help. I played sports in high school, so any sports gear, shoes, anything they were able to provide, any school materials able to provide. Um, almost, twice during my high school journey. They had given us Christmas gifts. So they're a really big help.
Looking back, how significant was that support during that time when you were trying to find your way?
It was very helpful because walking into a whole different area of school, it was very different moving from elementary school to high school. So they made a transition very easy and they were very supportive with that.
Yeah. And so you're heading to university.
Yes.
You chose nursing. Why nursing?
Um, I think I chose nursing mainly because I wanted to help people and just be there when someone wasn't by their side. Um, Maybe their family had something going on. Maybe they didn't have family, but I'll always be there if they needed someone. So
How are you feeling about starting university?
honestly, I'm a little nervous, but I know that I'll fit in just right. Find my way through there, and yeah.
What does it mean for you and your family for you to go to post-secondary?
It's a really big thing. I mean, my family left just so we could have a future. So making them proud is one of my top priorities.
And what are your parents saying about all of this?
Um, they think that it's a really big step that I'm taking, and they're hoping maybe I can go into med school after. Not quite sure, but we'll see. We'll see.
I laugh because that is a common.
Yeah,
That's
a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor. How much pressure? Maybe that's a good segue to ask you. How much pressure do you feel to support your family and to be successful?
Um, it is a lot being the oldest child in the family that's going into post-secondary. Um, but I get a lot of support from them. They're always by my side, anything and everything I need, always there. So, yeah.
Yeah, won't know until you get there. But
No.
have you been able to connect with other people in Windsor who have a similar story and who understand what you're going through?
I not
No
really,
way.
no.
Oh, I thought maybe for sure you would come across other people, maybe at
Yeah.
university.
There was a lot of people at my school, like at high school, but no, I didn't really.
No. Way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've come so far. When you look back and you think of a 10-year-old version of yourself, what would you say to them now?
Don't be shy. Step out. Do what you want to do, because you won't regret it. Have fun, because it's only gonna get serious.
That's true. Thank you so much, Malak, for coming in and sharing your story. We wish you all the best at the
Thank you.
university.
Thank you for having me.